everyone, welcome back to the show. This is your Jee Sifu here again, and this is another episode of the Taoism and Taoist Magic Talk Show. So today, our topic might applies to you guys who are watching because I'm talking about what happened when your pet dies. Okay, so there are lots of people who are like dog lovers, cats lovers, and the day you get them, there will be a day that they will leave you, and most of us just ignore that part, and we just have fun with the pet and believe that will be okay, but inside yourself, one day they'll be gone. You know it. You just choose to not look at it, right? Okay, so let's face the truth. I have people who came to me to ask for help when their pet is dying and they don't know what's going on, what's going to happen, what are they expecting, what should they be actually doing. So there's this example of a guy who got a few cats, and one of the cat is dying, and it's actually the youngest one that is dying. So, hmm, he was like so sad about it, and so wanted to save the cat, but it was already too late. The cat was having kidney failure, and it's like really at the end stage already when they find out. So there's like pretty much no hope to save the cat. Okay? There's no hope. Basically, you just wait to see when the cat is dying and the cat is in the hospital. So look at this situation, okay? The cat is dying no matter what you do. It's just a matter of when, like now or tomorrow, that kind of feeling, right? But the owner will spend like a lot of money, thousands and thousands of dollars on this, whatever the hospital is doing, to try to help the cat, to try to save the cat. Is it worth it? Well, you think about it this way, okay? Do you feel that human is sometimes a little bit stupid? Because we know that it's going to fail anyway, and we still dump money on doing things that are not going to actually save the cat. And you don't see that it is kind of like a scam because they are labeled as hospital, doctors, professional, like government approved. It must be right. So when they say you have to do this and that, you will pay. And you don't realize that they're actually milking your money out for nothing in return. Okay, no matter what you do, the cat is dying anyway, but we still need to do these. It's like, why? Right? As an outsider, like I'm not in the situation, I see that as pretty useless and stupid to do all that stuff. Because no matter what you do, it's dying anyway, right? But then, have you actually thought of what is actually happening to the cat or whatever pet you have after they die? Why don't you spend some time and energy to prepare for that instead? Well, because I cannot see it, yeah. So you're basically doing things to make yourself feel good only, not for the pet. If you actually care for the pet, you would have thought of what is going to happen to the cat later. This is what's going to happen. Okay? Every one of us have a body. Okay? Just the body alone is not you. We have a soul, which gives us the power to think, to move, and to feel ourselves. With the soul inside, you become a real person. Without the soul, you're like a piece of meat only. Like people in coma, they don't react, they don't have respond. It's like you're like physically alive, but you're kind of not here, right? When you're dead, what you're left with is your soul. And you don't feel like you're fake. You feel you're 100% yourself. It's just that you're in another state, in another world, in another dimension living inside. The best way I can compare it to is, imagine you're in a very, very real dream, like a dream that feels like you're in another life. It feels like you're living there. It feels so real to the point that it doesn't even feel like a dream. So you're inside that world living a new life, and there's no wake up, there's no blackout moment. It's real, it's ongoing, it's not stopping, and you'll be like, oh my God, this is like a dream, the longest dream of my life. It never ends. Well, yeah, because you are in that form living in that dimension. There is a life after this one. This one here in this world ends, you will go into another state where you live in another dimension. Now, however, what you don't understand is that the matter, like the property of the world of here and the one you are in when you're dead, is not the same. They are very much opposite from each other. Key point. Here, everything is like a solid. We have light go on us, like the light shines on us, and we bounces off light, so we show color. Okay, if you learned that from science, okay? So if there's no light, you're black. If there's light, then it bounces off your skin, your clothing, and you see the color. There's no external light. But your soul energy is what glows. So everyone illuminates. Like you're like a light being, you're like glowing. But not glowing like, oh, you see some haze, foggy light glowing, that kind of, not that kind of glow. It's a glow like how you would see a picture on your monitor. The vision is not blurry. It's not glowing like it's so blurry, that kind of glowing. It's sharp. It's HD vision. It's like laser, very sharp, right? Like your monitor. You see a cat on the monitor. It's very sharp. You see it is real. It's there. It's like as if it's alive. It's that kind of glow, okay? Everyone there glows. And because they have no physical um, properties, like physical element like us, and then what happened is your soul energy is what you have, what we call the soul body, right? This soul body is not like just air or gas, like that kind of cloud kind of form. It has a look to it. That appearance is changeable by yourself. You can think of, like, imagine you're imagining yourself being something, then you can turn into something. So everyone in that world can simply just shape shift. It's kind of like you want to create a profile picture for your account in a forum. Okay, you can change that picture anytime. Now you might think, oh, then it would be so confusing. How can we know who is who? Well, you can. It's like if I wear a mask or I change my clothing, you can still tell it's me, because when we talk, right, you can feel the me inside. Same thing over there. Even you change the look, you see your friend and you talk, you will know who is who. Like you can feel each other. Okay, so your cat there is not bounded by a physical appearance. They will then be able to choose how they want to appear to other people. If your cat passed away and want to find you, they can like be showing you in a form that they're not a cat. They're like a human being. They're like your friend, They can be like that. Okay, here I need to stop you a bit. Do not ever think that your cat will come back and find you in your dream. Okay? Do not ever believe any of the passed away pet will come back to find you, because they cannot. I'm just giving you an example saying Eve. Now, Eve, your cat is dead and passed away. You died too. You will be able to see your cat in that world, in that dimension. And both of you might not recognize each other for the first few seconds, but eventually the feeling kicked in and you know, oh, that must be my cat, right? And the feeling kicked in, the appearance can change. You can change into a cat. The cat can change into a human being. You can look like something else. It's like whatever you want to be, you can make a look for yourself. You can make an appearance like a costume, right? So you see, in that world, your cat doesn't need to be in the form of a cat anymore. That's how it is. So your cat is dying. What should we be preparing for the cat? Okay, first of all, where will the cat actually go? Most of the time, these cats, they will often be bonded to their owner, because the owner and them has a strong relationship with the heart, right? So they might be hanging around the owner's, what we call their ghost altar, which is the like a piece of land of that owner's soul when they're alive. This piece of land is not here, it's in another dimension, and the location is somewhere like, if you look at those videos where people shoot a GoPro up to the space, right? And then you see, oh, there's the black space, and then below is like the blue line, and then you see the planet, right? Okay, that's about where the ghost altar is. Now, this altar is not a physical altar. It's just like a name, okay? It's a piece of land that your soul connects to. Every day, your soul connects to that piece of land right there and bounces to the Yun San when you sleep. The Yun San is your spiritual planetary body. We'll talk more about that later. But the point is, put this in another word, your pet will not be able to cycle to a next life. They will be a ghost pet sticking around the owner's soul. Okay? They will stick around for a while until the owner is dead. They might follow the owner to where they're supposed to go. For example, they will go into the owner's Yun San, the owner's spiritual planetary body with the owner. They could. Now, however, if the owner died and the owner's soul got into like some problems, for example, they got captured, enslaved by evil spirits or whatever, then the pet is also going to be gone there. Like basically the same ending. So if you care about for the pet, what should you be doing? Okay. First of all, as Taoists, like for us, we have an altar, as you can see at my back, right? Having an altar, cultivating your altar, it is like a home which can allow your pet to go into the altar and get protected. So when they're dead, they're like living a life as a ghost pet, okay? They can have a home to stay. So the altar, the gods at the altar will protect them and give them like this place to live alive until you are dead. When you're dead and you're a Taoist, right? If you're a Taoist, let's say in our lineage, when you're dead, you will go into what we call the religious court. The court is like a place where the gods work right there. Okay? So you go into there and you'll be staying there for a while. At that time, you and your pet can meet up That pet can be your friend. Like, imagine your cat becomes like a person, and you and the person meet up, and they will be like, "Oh, hi," like that, right? You and your pet see each other again, and that time you won't see the pet like a pet. You might see the pet like another person living there. So you have a friend, okay, just like that. That's a good ending. You can bring your pet with you to cultivate after you're dead, to cultivate, and then eventually you reach what we call the Taoist heaven, Dai Lo Tin, and you will go to that other world with the pet together. That's a good ending, right? However, if you're not a Taoist, what can you do? Well, if you're not a Taoist, not cultivating, right? Then when you ask me to, for example, do a funeral for your cat, what happened is we will get your cat, the ghost pet, right? The ghost will be going into our altar and staying there. And then they will be given a chance to ordain. The cat will have a chance to say, I want to become a Taoist, right? So if the cat sees all that God and whatever at that ceremony, the cat will also be moved, like will be feeling, oh my God, this is like really what I need. And the cat will be like, okay, I want to submit to this power. I want to ordain. I want your help. When the cat agrees, then the cat will also go into what we call our religious court and be cultivating there and starting their journey as a Taoist ghost right there. Right? So if you do a funeral for the cat, that's what the cat gets. And it's funny because if the cat agreed to become a Taoist and they started cultivating as a ghost cat, right, inside the religious court, and you, the owner, is still not a Taoist, the cat is like, "Oh my God, you're so stupid! Why don't you come over?" So when you're dead, you cannot see your cat because you're not a Taoist. You don't go to the same place, right? But anyway, this is how we see death and how we will deal with pets. When pets are dying, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars trying to save them and then like make them live on for a longer time while they have pain, suffer, and all that. You're trying to make yourself feel good by not letting them go. But at the same time, is that very selfish? Are they happy being like that, like living a life like that, continuing for maybe a month or so more, just having pain every day, laying down on the floor, trying to eat but cannot eat, is that happy? Or it's better to just let them go, move on to the next stage, and then they will be going to a better place to cultivate and then removing all the pain and stuff from them, which is better, right? To us, Taoists, we see more than you do. We can see the world that the dead ones go. We can go into there. We can visit that world and see it. And so we know that it's like a much better idea to help them to move on than pulling them back and then like, oh, you stay here, don't go yet. If you have that much money to waste on like dragging your cat life for a long time, why don't you just use that money to get a funeral done and then prepare the cat for the next trip? Okay, so our timer is up and we have to see you in the next episode. Remember to subscribe, like, and see you next time. Bye bye.